So, let's catch up. For the record, Taichi's safely back in Okinawa by now. Saw him off at the airport personally. Bought him enough tchotchkes to fill a duffel bag. That cabaret fight shouldn't sour his memories of the city.
Good. Taichi's lucky to have you looking out. Thank you, Date-san.
Hang on. Too early to start thanking me. We need to talk about what's next.
Hmm?
Come on. Taichi's far from the only one you've shut out. You've been dead to the world how many years?
That's what I'm supposed to be. Dead men don't keep in touch. The Daidoji faction made that clear. They only back me as long as I stick to the shadows.
Then what happens now? There's video evidence of Kazuma Kiryu still walking the earth. Force majeure, as the French call it, out of our hands. Daidoji say anything about that yet?
No, nothing so far.
As I thought. They're not omnipotent anyway. Not half as much as they were.
What are you trying to say, Date-san?
Only that, the way I see it, the Daidoji faction has reason to loosen your leash a bit. If circumstances align for a near miss or two with old friends, they'll likely be too occupied to care.
Maybe. But you're forgetting. I keep my promises, whether I'm forced to or not.
Oh, I'm well aware. But seeing Taichi didn't make you break your word, did it? You keep your distance, they never know you're there. I'm sure the Daidoji won't raise a stink.
And if I were one of them, I'd be none too happy.
Bloody hell. Does that backbone of yours ever bend? How about this, then? You know what Kamurocho's like these days. With the Tojo and Omi put to pasture, the Yakuza are just a memory. Petty criminals filled that gap. Better or worse, they're too insignificant to pin down. Cops have nothing to hold on to with them.
I get it. So what?
Some Kamurocho folk think it's worse than ever. Reminds me, Akiyama's gone quiet lately.
Akiyama? You can't find him? Date-san, when was the last time you two spoke?
Just after the dissolution, I suppose. He caught when Kazuma Kiryu might have had a hand in it. Akiyama went hunting for anything he could find, but came back with nothing more than rumors. He rang me up late one night during his investigations. I've tried calling him since, but there's never an answer. He might have finally left town.
What? So he just disappeared? Do you even know if he's alive?
The thought occurred to me, so I've kept a watch going. If he shows up, the police will know. Are you worried? He's just one of plenty you've turned your back to, after all.
I can't help but be curious. Of course I want to know how they're all doing.
That's so. Glad you finally said it. I'd feel the same way in your shoes. It's time to do something about that.
Tell me what you want from me, Date-san.
I thought I'd been clear. This whole bucket kick list of yours is an opportunity. You and the Daidoji can stay honest with each other while we get you some closure on things. Leave everything to me. Akiyama, too. I'll dig him up somehow.
Date-san.
Who else out there do you need to see? Think. Kamurocho's got a lot of faces. You spent practically half your life on those streets.
The people who meant the most to me are dead. Kazuma-san, Yumi, even Nishiki. I still visit their graves. In fact, I was just there recently. To say I'll be with them soon.
God's sake. All right, let's focus on the ones who are still above ground. Because, like it or not, that includes you, for now. So who else,
Date-san, spending time with you is good enough. Really, you're the best friend I've held on to.
That's very sweet of you and all, but promise that you'll give it more thought. I mean, I know there's more than just me.
Kamurocho locals that I knew. Well, I guess there's Kazuki and Yuya.
There you go. That's a great call, in fact. Kazuki and Yuya. They're doing well, last I checked. As you know, Stardust fell to the Korean Mafia some time back, but it's up and running again.
Is that so?
Yep, now that we have that settled, I only have to come up with a plan. Some way the Daidoji faction will write off as a coincidence, just in case. Like with Taichi, we need the perfect setting. Give me a bit of time.
Whatever you say. I'll go along with this because I trust you. Thanks, Date-san.
Stop it. This is something I want to do. There's no need for one word of appreciation.
Hello?
It's Date, Kiryu. Could you come to the Harbor Light if you're free? We'll make for Kamurocho from there. Be sure that you're ready.
Understood. I'll come soon.
Good you're here, Kiryu. Ready? Round trip to Kamurocho and back? Have everything you need?
Yeah, let's go.
Straight over to Stardust. Kazuki and Yuya are both working there today. Hope you're prepared for this. We're giving that bucket list some weight to it. And there it is. Kamurocho's prevailing host club, Stardust.
Prevailing, huh? They've come a long way, I suppose.
Obviously, the Jingon occupation brought some drastic changes a while back. Now it's returned to its more traditional roots, so to speak. That Kazuki boy's always had a vision.
You're not kidding. That's not just traditional. It's downright nostalgic.
Huh?
Yuya.
Huh. Honestly, things never change. Right in the middle of the street.
Like I give a shit who you're with. The Tojo clan couldn't even get protection money from us. And get out of here. Don't come back again.
You're freaking dead! We're gonna ruin this joint!
But the best you got for me? Real Kamurocho natives sneeze better threats. Let me teach you. Never screw with the big boys.
Ah!
Hey, isn't that... Oh, my gosh! Kazuki-san! He's the coolest! And Yuya-san's here too! Oh, I'm a Sendik.
Nicely done, Yuya. You're as fearless as the day I met you.
Kazuki-san. I'll cover the outside. You worry about business on the inside.
You know how boring it is without you in there? Come. There's always more to do.
On it.
Wow! So chic! Stardust! I want to marry this place!
Seems as popular as ever, huh?
I suppose so. I appreciate you helping me get one last look at them.
Let's slow down. Hey, that was the owner just now, right? Hell of a show.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it?
Those crooks were looking for protection money? Amazing how you all beat them back. And by the looks of it, business is booming for you boys.
Suppose so. We're, pretty old-fashioned as host clubs go. Our competitors like to say we're behind the times. But Kazuki-san's a great boss, and with him in charge again, we're all eager to work here. The fact that he still pulls in such young fans is especially motivating. Us young bloods have to keep up.
I'm glad to see people still admire Kazuki and Yuya.
That'll never change. They've always been a different breed. And Kamurocho fixtures for decades. Most people have forgotten by now, but the Jingon Mafia took this place some time ago. They had money, weapons, people. Things got really rough for a bit.
The Jingon used Stardust to launch their Kamurocho expansion. It was a smart play.
Oh, mister, you know your stuff. Have you heard the entire history behind it all? As to why the Jingon was targeting Kamurocho in the first place, I mean. You see, the Korean Mafia was beaten, badly, by Tojo Clan Yakuza back in the 80s. Meaning, no offense, you two look like you might have been around back then. Do you know about the Dragon of Dojima?
Yep, I've heard the name before at least.
I figured. No one who knows anything about Kamurocho wouldn't know Kazuma Kiryu, after all. Yeah, Kiryu-san was a legend who kicked the Jingon out almost single-handedly. Kazuki-san and Yuya, though, had the misfortune of being his friends. So, when the Jingon Mafia finally came back, they went straight for Stardust and Retribution. You could say Kazuki-san was just another victim of Kazuma Kiryu's legacy of violence.
Huh. Not exactly sure that's accurate. You know?
Don't you think? I gotta say, this city's story has always been about honest people paying for the underground sins. At least the Jingon are dead and buried now, anyway. Kiryu-san too, so I've been told. And with all of them gone, it fell to Kazuki-san to rebuild on his own. It kills me to think of him having to bow his head to every moneylender in town. If those criminals could hear me from hell, especially Kiryu, I'd have some words for him.
I see. Fair enough. I'd say you've got a point.
Hey!
Thanks for your time. Hope we didn't bother you.
No, of course not. No bother at all, sirs.
Hey, where are you going? This isn't what we came for. Kazuki and Yuya are coming to Serena in a little while.
Don't tell me you invited them there.
I'm not saying you have to reveal yourself. It's just a chance to hear them, see how they're really doing.
No. I saw for myself they're doing well. And I've heard enough.
Oh, come on, don't say that. I promise you, whatever that toddler of a host said, Kazuki and Yuya don't agree with him. I've never heard them utter one word of resentment.
Even still,
Honestly, just come upstairs. What's a Kamurocho trip without revisiting this place anyway? Think of it as part of the tour. Ah, there you are. Good to see you, Kazuki, Yuya.
Likewise. Thank you for inviting us.
Not every day the legendary detective of Kamurocho asks you out for drinks.
Is that the kind of barefaced flattery Stardust customers get treated to, Yuya?
That wasn't flattery. Everyone knows I speak my mind, pure and simple.
All right, all right.
Hey, by the way, this place is empty. You didn't, reserve the whole bar for us, did you?
Not at all. This is the slow time of night. Always clears out around now.
Come on, Yuya. Don't be presumptuous.
Okay, Kazuki-san, but I bet you were thinking the same thing.
Here it is, trying to clear your name by muddying mine. I apologize for that, Datem-san.
Oh, get this, Date-san. Know what happened earlier? Some small-timers actually came around for protection fees.
Yeah, I saw. Happened to be down the street during the confrontation. Well fought. Don't tell anyone I said that. Technically, I probably should have arrested you.
How are you always so up to date?
Prowling on Stardust's front door just now? Gotta say, it actually brought back memories.
Yeah? Of what sort?
Huh. Do you have to ask? I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing.
Yep. Dead to rights, yeah?
Come on, don't keep me in suspense.
Back in the day, Yuya would hurl Yakuza hither and yon from our doorway. Let's say for one, Kiryu-san, naturally.
I get it now. Of course he'd come to mind.
Hard to believe that was almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah. Crazy. I can count on one hand the fights I've lost in my life, but I've never felt strength like his before or since. That first night, he looked just like any other mid-rank soldier come to squeeze us.
Huh. Little did you know you were picking a fight with the Dragon of Dojima.
Time never slows down, huh? Soon, Kiryu-san will have been dead for as long as I knew him when he was alive.
Yuya keeps a bottle on reserve just in case he ever shows up again someday. One of our most expensive bottles, in fact. Doesn't exactly help our bottom line.
Well, Yuya's not alone there. Sometimes I'm stunned he's been gone so long.
Bet everyone in this district who ever met the guy feels that, now and again.
Maybe. Still, he had a way of bringing trouble wherever he went, wouldn't you say? Stardust must have surely suffered over the years because of him, no? Your doorman has something of a grudge against him, in fact.
Can't in good faith deny that, I guess. Talk about someone the world just has it out for. There were times he'd waltz in, and you'd know a storm was coming. I don't know. Do you think Kiryu-san would forgive me if he heard me say that?
It's fine. If you're still carrying this with you, might as well let it out.
Okay. The thing is, no one ever took the brunt of it worse than Kiryu-san himself. When that man clenched his jaw and furrowed his eyes, all your doubts would disappear.
I'll never forget the first time we met. He was ready to overthrow the Tojo clan, all on his own. But then, he found a little girl worth 10 billion yen, and decided to protect her like she was his own blood. After that, Kiryu-san became an icon to the city. Anyone who knew him knew the courage he could instill. Every twist and turn, all our troubles and hard times felt bearable then.
Yeah, that's what Kiryu-san was to us. That's why it's so hard to believe he's gone for good.
Hey, Datem-san.
Hmm?
Why tonight? Why invite both of us here all of a sudden? Did anything happen recently?
What do you mean?
I wonder. News of Kiryu-san, perhaps? A sighting, a rumor, a word? Some sliver of evidence somehow suggesting that his death was a feint?
Don't do this to yourselves. I'm sorry, but I called you because I felt like seeing some old friends.
I see. And that's all it is?
Ah, come on. Can you blame us for hoping for something more?
You too.
Kazuki-san likes to say that Kiryu-san deserves to have us honor his legacy. That's why Stardust was worth all the scraping and clawing it took to get it back.
Yeah, that must have been difficult. But from the looks of it, Stardust has truly recovered. Kamurocho itself even, like the city's healing from Tenkaichi Street out.
For the first time in a long time, I think I'd be proud for him to visit us again. I'd like him to know that we're still standing. I suppose I understand Yuya and his bottle now.
It's all right. I have a feeling he's damn proud of the both of you. Believe me, there's not a doubt in my mind. I should apologize for dragging you all the way up there. I know you're busy.
You don't have to do that. I appreciate all the work it took.
Kazuki and Yuya, well, feel free to tell me I was right. Those two have always looked up to you. Maybe Kamurocho can become a little bit better, if its people don't forget the man who fought for it. How was it, hearing all that?
It was good. I felt happy. Like listening in on your own funeral, though.
Yeah, that's understandable, I suppose. Although, what better way to find perspective on the life you've led than that? No one expects they're the poor bastard everyone will say good riddance over. Except maybe you. You think you only ever put people in danger. I'm gonna prove to you you're wrong. I'm working on another clandestine reunion. Stay in touch until then.
Thanks for the drink. See you again soon.
Good night, Kiryu. Do your best to hold on to what they said.
Hello?
Dante here, Kiryu. If you have time, come to Harbor Light, will you?
Sure, understood. I'll be there.
Oh, good to see you, Kiryu. Are you set? I'd like to take you somewhere. I assume you're ready to go?
I'm prepared.
Good. As it happens, there are a few familiar faces visiting Ijincho at the moment.
I suppose that's pure coincidence?
Would you believe I didn't invite them? The Seiryu clan did. To prepare for the dissolution, Ebina has been in touch with regional families across Japan. These two have come to answer his call, all the way from Hiroshima. Onomichi, actually.
Onomichi?
A Yomei Alliance subsidiary, the Hirose families Tagashira and Matsunaga, here in Ijincho right now.
Huh. Tagashira. Matsunaga.
They're here to investigate the Seiryu for themselves. Unfortunately, Captain Nagumo couldn't make it.
Investigate, you said?
If Ebina's dissolution succeeds, every Yakuza group in the country will feel its effects. No matter where they're located, no family can ignore Yokohama right now. So, Tagashira and Matsunaga are here to survey and report back on behalf of the Yomei.
Wow. They're representing all of Hiroshima, that means.
The Hirose family might have started small, but they've been making a name for themselves. Many would credit their old patriarch Toru for that. He died doing wet work for the former Yomei chairman. He died loyally. As such, he left behind a family worthy of respect. They report directly to the chairman now. Which means your boys are officers of the main family. They're trusted with a lot these days.
I see. How about that?
What's wrong? You've got that look on your face. You don't want to see him?
It isn't that. Not exactly. I'm worried how they'd react if they knew I survived.
Why? Think they'd take it poorly?
The Hirose family was small, but they were as tight-knit as any family I've seen. As soon as I entered their lives, that all changed. And Hirose's death was a direct consequence of that. If I'd never set foot in Hiroshima, Tagashira and the others might still have their boss. I never apologized to them. In fact, I took the easy way out by going into hiding. How could I ever show my face to them again?
Who said you'd show your face? Hang back, just like with Kazuki and everyone. Hear Tagashira himself say what they think of you. Honestly, you should get how this works by now.
Maybe so.
Remember, Hiroshima is part of your legacy. The last heroic stand of Kazuma Kiryu. Tagashira and Matsunaga saw history made there. Don't you find the prospect intriguing? Hearing their thoughts on your final moments?
That's a sad way of putting it. You make it sound like I'm some voyeur.
Either way, the timing of their Ijincho trip is perfect for us. Don't question serendipity. They're drinking at a bar nearby, right now. Let's not miss them. See them there, Kiryu? Those are your boys.
Yeah. It's like they haven't changed at all. Same as when we met. Well, not completely. It's strange seeing them with subordinates of their own.
For shit's sake. How long they gonna make us wait? Came all the way to Yokohama for this?
They're treating us like dirt here. Supposed to be honored guests. Seiryu hospitality, my ass. We're Hiroshima dignitaries for crying out loud.
Doesn't seem like they're in a good mood.
Are they that pissed off that a girl hasn't sat down with them yet? Really?
Not sure. Hard to tell from just eavesdropping.
Right then. I'll take it from here. Let's get a better look at these big shots, huh?
Date-san, what are you doing?
The Daidoji faction doesn't own me, in case you've forgotten. I can say hi to whomever I want.
Date-san! Damn it.
And just who might you be?
Tokyo Metropolitan Detective Makoto Date. Are you two familiar with me?
We look like guys with lots of cop friends. Go polish your badge. Should warn you, these two pups ain't housebroken. Any closer and they might bite you.
Hey, calm down. There's no need to be a prick.
The hell? You got your head screwed on wrong? Or you just want to die, old man?
Whoa, hold a second, Tagashima. Tokyo detective named Date, he said. Kiryu Aniki had a buddy called that, right?
Now that you mention it. Wait, so then what's he doing here?
You're Hirose, Tagashira and Matsunaga, correct? Be happy to buy you boys a drink. I'm off duty, not looking to bust anyone. Just want some company. Same as you two, from what I can see.
Yeah, well, the girls here ain't exactly swarming us.
You sure about this, Aniki? I mean, knocking them back with the fuzz?
You heard him. Man's off duty right now. We're just three assholes, no titles and nothing. This way, we never drank with the enemy team. Yeah, that's what you're saying, right, Dante-san?
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, all right then. Matsunaga Aniki says you can buy his drinks. You can buy his drinks.
Good, I appreciate it. Let me ask you both something. You sounded pretty pissed off before. Why was that? It's never just because of the girls.
Nah, it wasn't about that. Yokohama's a long trip for us, and we're being treated like hicks. There's ex-Yakuza all over town, and they're eyeing us like we got a disease.
The Seiryu clan sure as hell not offering to cut us into anything worth a damn. Why even invite us? Too worried about their own profits taking a hit.
I mean, look around. They're scoping us out from every angle. They all stare, but nobody says as much as hello.
Wait a second. You mean everyone here is Yakuza?
Eugene shows got ex-Tojo and Omi guys crawling around like roaches right now. We're doing fine for ourselves out west in Hiroshima. Only came by to be courteous.
What he means is the Yomei Alliance asked us directly, and we followed orders.
I wonder, is your table so barren because they're trying to ice you out?
Maybe women around here are smart enough not to drink with a couple of small-town bumfucks.
Say that again, asshole!
Whatever it is you're looking for here, you're not gonna find it. So screw off.
Oh, whoa, 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 big talk from men that what got dissolved, huh? You bastards really want to throw down, huh?
Go ahead! Nobody cut our family's balls off!
Whoa, Hiroshima thugs are all talk, right? I'm sure we can take them. Catch the next train home, fuckers! Or we'll punch your ticket for you!
Huh? Who the hell's that?
Hey, you need to stay back, damn it. Kiryu.
Huh?
Kiryuing.
Kiryuin. Date-san, you know this guy?
Oh, no. I mean, maybe.
Hiroshima dignitaries should know better than to disrespect the cities they visit. This is how blood starts running.
What's your deal?
We'll handle this from here. Right, Date-senpai?
Yes, of course. This is my junior partner, Kiryu. Okay, everything's settled? You two leave while you can.
You're out of your mind. This ain't no one's fight but ours.
Damn it, stop! You're in enough crap already. Stay back!
Let's do it!
Here we go.
Time to put you down! Ain't this a story from back home? Who knew a junior detective could throw haymakers like that? Only out here would you find a cop stronger than a Yakuza.
Stronger. He's good, but I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, I get it now, though. No wonder Tokyo PD got these city Yakuza neutered so bad, huh? Right, champ?
Sorry about him. He doesn't say much.
That's a good quality in people. Strong and silent. Actually, he reminds me of a guy we knew.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking the same thing. Kiryu, same kind of mojo.
Oh?
Exactly. Something about this quiet son of a gun reminds me so much of him.
Huh. Is that so? I'm not sure. After all, I've known Kiryu much longer than you two would have. No offense, but he's much cooler than this one.
No, you know what? That's a very good point. I mean, look at him. The guy, sure, look at this guy. I mean, Kiryu was way more badass.
Okay, probably so.
Although, strange how alike your names are. Kiryu, Kiryuin, right?
Both names sound tough, I'd say. Except Kazuma Kiryu. Whew! Man, that name's just on another level for us. From the moment we first met him, he redefined what the Yakuza meant.
That he did.
How? What did he do for you? Was it even a change for the better, do you think?
That's hard to say. Kiryu guided us through dark times. Our patriarch Hirose died. So did Chairman Kurusu. Onomichi's big secret came out, and it's still getting attention. And then, the man we took as our Aniki got killed. Oh, could have asked him so much more. Just stormed in one day and fixed up messes. Like pulling up every rotten weed that sprung since World War II. Now, the police say that Kazuma Kiryu took all the other mysteries with him to his grave. But that's gotta be a load of bull. They gotta know more than they're telling us.
Plus, all the big shot politicians who got their asses saved by the cover-up. Those, Daidoji, what do you call them? Of course, they're the reason the Ome Alliance made us a direct subsidiary.
I guess that the Hirose family came out all the better thanks to Kiryu at the end of the day. Nowadays, we got way more prestige. The Onomichi locals tease us about it, though.
I think that's a good thing. Huh? Wouldn't you agree?
But putting all that aside, there's something about the whole thing that still hurts.
Yeah, you got that right.
What is it, if I may ask?
The Hirose family's down to just 3 proper members between Captain Nagumo and us. Our youngest officer was named Yuta, and he's off in Okinawa living his dream life. Good for him. But his Yakuza just Feels like things are never gonna be as good as they were then. Kiryu inspired us to heights we never imagined ourselves in.
Seriously, Kazuma Kiryu's final battle, and we were there to see it. Hiroshima woke up for one big, incredible moment. Then went back to being the same old sleepy town as it ever was. Just empty and tired.
Helps knowing Patriarch Hirose would have wanted it that way. Plus, he got to spend his last minutes fighting Kazuma Kiryu with everything he had. When he died, it looked like he was at peace.
Yeah, I will never forget that.
For the old man, part of it must have been finally not having to do Takeru Kurusu's dirty work anymore. Even still, he was a model Yakuza, and he died a Yakuza's death.
More and more, I've been getting into dumbass fights like that one. Just looking to cash my chips in.
If you two hadn't stopped us, we might have died bleeding out in this cheap hostess bar.
Now that's a Yakuza's death.
Just a red stain on a tacky carpet. A long ways from home. How the hell did it get this bad without us even noticing? Between Hirose-san and Kiryu, all we talk about anymore is the ones we lost. Same old shit every day, over and over. If they could see us right now, they'd be ashamed. And you know what? It was seeing Kiryu-san fight just now that made me realize it.
Say that again.
Funny how little things like that can open your eyes. What's going on now? Are you leaving? I'm still buying. No need to quit early.
That's all right. We're headed home. Kiryu clan's been investigated by us enough, I'd say. Right now, all I want is to tell Captain Nagumo everything that happened here tonight.
Oh, what will you say to him?
That over in Jincho, we finally met someone Kiryu might have seen something in. Now, Cap will never believe us, not in a million years. He'll say we're drunk and stupid. But I'm gonna tell him, even if it shouldn't have been possible, I saw what I saw tonight.
So did I.
Oh, well, that's great. All right, I won't keep you any longer.
In that case, let me say one last thing to you both. The Kiryu clan's plot, all these Yakuza amassing underneath them, they can't be trusted. Hiroshima needs to stay as far out of this as it can.
With respect and all, no shit, Detective. That Ebina's a smooth-talking swindler, but the Yomei Alliance ain't dumb enough to fall for it. Hiroshima will steer clear of the conflict. Promise you that.
Of course, Kiryu-san. Your advice is appreciated. We're bidding Yokohama farewell now, if that's all right.
Okay. Nice meeting you.
It's good to see you, Kiryu-san.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I get the feeling they might have figured you out.
Maybe they did.
Sheesh. If your boys ended up in that brawl, it could have painted a target on the entire Yomei Alliance. And to avoid getting sucked into war, easiest thing would be to cut off the Hirose family and be done with it.
Yeah.
That said, it was reckless of you to jump in there. Don't come crying to me if you get busted.
Do you think I'm blaming you? I'm very grateful. If not for your initiative, I never would have spoken to those two again. Back in Hiroshima, I made a mess of things, and I left without fixing them. I didn't deserve to know what happened next. But I was always curious.
And I'm glad we did what we did.
Thanks for the drinks. I'll see you again.
Till then, good night, Kiryu.
Hello?
Date here, Kiryu. If you have time, come to Harbor Light, will you?
Sure, understood. I'll be there.
Oh, good to see you, Kiryu. Are you set? I'd like to take you somewhere. I assume you're ready to go?
I'm prepared.
All right. Our guest this time came all the way from Kyushu. Chief Nakajima of Nagasu Taxi.
Chief Nakajima.
He looked after you during your stint as a cab driver back in Fukuoka, didn't he? Hey, what's up? You remember him, right? Don't tell me I wasted my time calling him here.
You didn't. Besides, I wouldn't be that ungrateful. It's just... I never thought I'd see him again. Chief Nakajima was about the only civilian I spent a lot of time with.
You tried running from your past back then, too, didn't you? Even went by the alias Taichi Suzuki and everything. Trouble always finds you somehow. In the past and even now.
You said you called a chief here? How was he? He must be getting along in years now. Did he seem well?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you go see for yourself?
What? Did something bad happen to him?
Oh, good heavens, I can't drink that much. Well, ain't this a pickle?
Oh, come on, Mr. Chief. Don't be shy. Today's a special treat, isn't it?
Well, you ain't wrong there. Speaking of which, Date-san's not here yet. Wonder what's taking him. This ain't a scam, right? You're not gonna rip me off.
Don't worry. Date-san gave me a rundown. That man's a real detective, you know.
Date-san, what was with that ominous look earlier?
Well, as you can see, he's doing great. Figured it'd make you appreciate the reunion more. Cab company's not exactly doing well, but the chief does everything he can to keep it going.
That's great. Glad to hear it.
Thought so.
Wait, Date-san, you've never met Chief Nakajima before, right? How did you even get him to come all the way here?
Well, I might have abused a bit of my police authority. Told him that I wanted to ask him about his former employee, Taichi Suzuki.
What?
Also told him it was a personal investigation and that we couldn't talk over the phone since the higher-ups don't know about it. I asked if he could come to Yokohama instead.
You do know how suspicious that sounds, right? I'm surprised the chief fell for that.
I offered to cover his travel expenses, so it's basically a paid vacation. His drinks at this club are even on me. Oh, don't give me that look, man.
What? I was just worried about you. You're always coming up with all these lies for me.
I thought I told you this before. I'm only doing all this because I want to. Don't sweat it.
10 years ago, he told me himself to come back and work for him again, no matter what. He gave me a hand when I hit rock bottom, and I was never able to thank him for that.
Got it. Guess it'll be on me to tell him all of that.
This place sure is a riot. Hey, maybe I ought to move to Yokohama myself.
Wow, would you really? Then you could come visit me every day. I'll be here waiting.
Boy, I do that and I'll be broke in no time.
Oh. Pleasure meeting you, Chief Nakajima. I'm Date. You been enjoying yourself?
Oh, gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Got a little carried away there. Nearly forgot I was meeting up with you, Mr. Detective.
No need for the formalities. Thanks for coming all the way here. Mind if I take a seat?
Oh, no, not at all. Please do. Still, to think Suzuki-san's name would come up again. But like I told you on the phone, the last I saw Suzuki-san was 10 years ago. How's that even gonna help the police?
Well, truth be told, I knew Suzuki personally outside my work as a detective. Honestly, I just wanted to have a drink with someone else who knew him. Sorry for making a fuss out of this, Chief.
Oh, no, it's fine. You even paid for me to travel here and all. Besides, I feel the same way about Suzuki-san. Wasn't one for words, but I could never forget him. Just that kind of fella, you know. So what happened? Did Suzuki-san cause some kind of incident? He ain't getting arrested, is he?
Huh? No, I'm not going to arrest him. See, Suzuki's been dead for a few years now.
Huh? Come again? You ain't pulling my leg or nothing.
You didn't know?
No, not at all. Had no clue. So that's what happened to Suzuki-san? I can't believe my ears. He was always so serious, a real dedicated fella.
Hey, something doesn't seem to be adding up here. Just double checking. You were aware that Taichi Suzuki was a fake name, right?
A fake name? Nah, ain't no way. That doesn't sound right. No siree.
Uh-huh. Okay then, why don't you settle down and hear me out. Taichi Suzuki was a fake name. His real name was Kazuma Kiryu, a Yakuza from the Tojo clan, known as the Dragon of Dojima.
You're talking about the same Suzuki-san? Ah, it's gotta be a lie. Some big mistake. You ever consider that the Suzuki-san I know and the Suzuki-san you know are two different people?
Fine then. So that's how you want to play. Then explain this. Take a good look at this photo. This guy looks real familiar, doesn't he? Perhaps you've seen this on TV before. You're looking at Kazuma Kiryu. Shortly after this footage aired, he was sent to prison, then lost his life in Hiroshima.
Frankly, that don't sound like the Suzuki-san I know.
What, really?
Guess I should have looked into your story more carefully before coming all the way out here. If I had known we were talking about two different people, I wouldn't have let you pay for my whole trip.
Now hold on, sir. What's with the act?
Huh?
We both know for a fact that Kiryu went by Suzuki in Kyushu. So why are you pretending you don't know him?
Well, I ain't pretending. There was just a little mix-up. Sorry, my mistake. I'll even pay for my own drinks, too. Take care now.
No, wait. Please.
I think we're done here. Besides, I ought to get going. Let go!
What has gotten into you?
Nothing. You're just being a bother.
Wait, please. Hey, stop right there, sir.
Ooh, what's going on? Why all the yelling?
Judging by the way you wanted to run from me, I think I get what's going on.
Huh? What about?
You probably did come here to talk about Taichi Suzuki, and maybe squeeze in some sightseeing on the side. But with how you're acting, I'm guessing you saw this recently.
Oh, that's,
Your plans changed when this video started going around. Suddenly, rumors that Kazuma Kiryu is still alive and kicking spread all over the internet, despite his supposed death. Word got to you too, didn't it? Right after you agreed to meet with me here.
I don't know a thing about that.
What's going on?
If Kazuma Kiryu really is alive and in hiding, then you wouldn't want to tip off the police. Even a minor detail about his past runs the risk of endangering him. Long story short, you don't want to sell your friend out to the police. But after coming all the way to Yokohama, it looked just as suspicious to cancel our meeting. It all makes sense now. That's why you're trying to act like you don't know Kazuma Kiryu.
You got the wrong idea. That's completely off.
Where you're coming from, you probably aren't too sure if I really am Kiryu's friend. In that case, it'd be best for you to say I've got the wrong guy. Keep mum and leave your seat. Chief Nakajima, this has all been one huge misunderstanding.
Huh?
Neither Tokyo PD nor the Fukuoka police knew that Kiryu had been employed at Nagasu Taxi. Have you ever gotten a call from the police asking after him? I'm positive you haven't, because I'm the only one who knows about your connection to Kiryu. After all, I heard all of this from the man himself. In fact, he even told me about the first time you two met. He helped out a woman who was being harassed, but let himself get beat up in the process. At the time, he had nowhere to go since he had to cover up his history with the Yakuza. He nearly gave up on life. That's when you entered the picture. You took him on and hired him as a taxi driver. That guy's known as the legendary Yakuza. You think he'd crack in the interrogation room? I heard all of this straight from the horse's mouth. I may not know what's going on in his head, but I consider him my best friend.
Date-san.
Well, that sure explains a whole lot. Guess it can't hurt to trust you then.
How about we turn back the clock? Start fresh, take it from the top.
Works for me. I found out that Suzuki-san was actually Kazuma Kiryu from the news. Saw him in that Yakuza scuffle up in Kamurocho. Must have been a little while after he left our place. All his old co-workers were pretty shaken up, me included. Sure, I knew he was no run-of-the-mill guy, but I never thought he'd be the legendary Yakuza. Also, just between us, a lot of my employees are hiding scars because of something or other in the past. Same goes for me, too. So I was never, ever gonna rat out Kiryu-san to the police. But the moment I told myself that, news got out about Kazuma Kiryu dying somewhere in Hiroshima.
That must have been shocking.
Of course it was. But now, what the heck even was that video? I can't make heads or tails of nothing no more. You know something, don't you, Date-san? Is Kazuma Kiryu... is Suzuki-san still alive? Please, Date-san?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be right if I just lied to your face after unraveling all that, so I'm just gonna say no comment.
No comment?
That's not enough for you?
That's great. Real great. Just what I needed to hear. You know, you're a lot like Suzuki-san. No tact, no skill at lying, and a good man.
This coming from you? You're just as bad at lying.
You got me there.
After getting to know you, Chief, I think I get why he wanted me to pass on a message.
Huh?
When the two of you first met, he had just drifted all the way to Kyushu in order to protect his loved ones from his own past. That was the lowest point in Kiryu's life. In a place with no one he knew, with no one to turn to, with no one to talk to or depend on, until you showed up and lent him the hand he needed.
Mm-hmm.
Words can't describe how indebted he feels to you. Still does, to this day.
Ha, that's so. Then I got something to say to him, too.
And what's that?
The last time I saw Suzuki-san, I left him with these words. You're part of the family now, Suzuki-san. Just be sure to come back to us, no matter what. I still stand by those words today. So if you ever find yourself in trouble, you'll always have a home with us. I'll be waiting for you back in Kyushu. So just remember, you're never alone. Think you could tell him all that from me, Date-san?
Ah,
Thanks again, Date-san. Got to wrap up some unfinished business there. Now the Chief finally knows how much I appreciated him. There's nothing more I can do now.
Come on, don't be like that.
All right, that reminds me. You said I was your best friend?
No, I mean, I was just trying to, well, you know, earn the Chief's trust. I had to.
Your words really cut me to the core. They were comforting in a way, especially in these times. Could you not take back what you said?
Yeah, of course. Hey, you want to hug it out?
I'm not drunk enough for that.
Yeah, figured.
Hello?
Dante here, Kiryu. If you have time, come to Harbor Light, will you?
Sure, understood. I'll be there. Something the matter?
No, I just figured maybe I ought to give you a heads up first. See, Sayama's in town.
Sayama? Kaoru Sayama?
The one and only. She gave me a call not too long ago. You up for it? Yeah, thought so. But honestly, you should go. You guys went through thick and thin together, right? Least you could do is see how she's doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry for dumping this on you. I didn't know till just now either. So, mind cutting me some slack?
Actually, I appreciate it.
See you later then. Oh, good to see you, Kiryu. Are you set? I'd like to take you somewhere. I assume you're ready to go?
I'm prepared.
Great. Then let's get going. When was the last time you saw Sayama, anyway?
When I moved to Okinawa, so that'd be a little over 15 years now. We first met in 2006. To think it's been 17 years. Kaoru Sayama, a former detective in the Osaka police, and the ace of Division 4, the anti-Yakuza task force. We partnered together for a certain incident regarding the Tojo clan. And then, as the bomb kept ticking down, I decided to spend the last moments of my life with this incredible woman.
Damn, 15 years? I haven't seen her for a while either, but nowhere near as long as that. Earlier, she said she's here on business. Asked me if I wanted to catch up and all. I'm something of a big shot at work, you know.
What's with the big talk?
Nobody else would listen to me brag. Well, it might have been 15 years, but Sayama's as sharp as ever. There's a chance she'll spot you at a distance, so we better play it safe.
I don't know. There is also a chance she's forgotten all about me.
You're hopeless. Here, take these. Wireless earphones and mic. We usually use them during investigations, but I'll loan these to you. That way, you can listen in on the conversation, and I'll be able to hear what you have to say, too. Come on, let's get moving.
She hasn't changed one bit.
You look busy, as usual. How long are you here for?
I'll be leaving the day after tomorrow.
How's Tomio-san doing?
She's great. Mama's been manning the bar every night. I think she's doing even better than me.
Glad to hear it. Best you spend time with family while you can.
That's certainly true. But still, it's been a long time. About 6, 7 years or so, right? The last time we spoke was when you called me about Kazuma's passing, I believe.
Right. Sorry for dropping that bombshell back then.
It's fine. I'm sure I would have heard about it sooner or later. After all, he was quite infamous among the police.
No kidding. His name always popped up whenever something big happened. You got any guys that buy into the whole Kazuma Kiryu hidden mastermind conspiracy?
We do, yes. Kazuma Kiryu is actually still alive. He's been pulling the strings behind society as we speak. Those rumors, right? What kind of officer would say that? It's complete nonsense.
Well, guess that means his legacy was that impactful. Can't blame folks for making him into some urban legend, especially if they never knew him.
I suppose so. But to think he's gone, even now, I still can't fathom it. How can someone as tough as him just die? How? When I've seen him cheat death time after time.
Unbelievable, right? He was one stubborn son of a gun.
He really was.
Still married to the job?
Pretty much.
Heard you transferred to the juvenile division. That was news to me.
Shocking, right? Some career path.
But you requested to transfer, right? There a reason for that?
There is actually. It's all because of the dissolution.
The Great Dissolution?
Yeah. Remember how Daigo Dojima and other big names started a security company after all that went down? It was a haven for former Yakuza.
Right.
I figured if Kazuma were still alive, he would have lent them a hand. That man is practically the icon of the old Yakuza and all. I'm sure he would have taken it upon himself to clean up after them too. And if they were in charge of the cleanup, then as a cop, I could work on prevention. At least that's what I thought.
In other words, you're trying to prevent kids from becoming petty criminals or joining the Yakuza. Hence the transfer.
Right you are. It's tougher than I thought, but it's rewarding work.
And that way you could feel connected to Kiryu.
That's one way to put it. I wanted to sound cool, that is. But yeah, that's why I'm bent on pursuing my new dreams. And that's why I want to keep doing what I can. But maybe a part of me is still waiting for him. Aren't I just so faithful?
Sayama, look, the truth is...
Don't, Date-san. It's fine.
Something wrong?
No, you're just way too good for him.
Thanks for that, Date-san. Seems I was a luckier man than I thought.
Seriously, you're telling me. You sure you don't want to tell her anything?
I'm sure. As long as she's got a dream to chase. She's better off without me around.
That's the hardest pill to swallow. But you know what, Kiryu?
What?
You should live how you want to. If there's a woman you love, you hold on to her. Never let go. I'm getting jealous just looking at you.
I guess you'd know best, considering you've gone through a divorce before.
What? Low blow, man.
Sorry, it was just a joke. Thanks, Date-san.
A real heartbreaker, aren't you? But I meant it. Yeah, every word. Just do what you want to do. You've got tons of folks on your side, supporting you. And don't you forget that.
I won't. Hello?
Dante here, Kiryu.
If you have time, come to Harbor Light, will you?
Sure, understood. I'll be there.
There you are, Kiryu. Got some interesting news on my end. Might take a while. You good on time?
Yeah, I've got time.
Well, I'll give it to you straight. It's about Akiyama.
Akiyama? I take it you heard something?
I did. Seems he'd made his way out of Japan, right about when the Tojo clan and Omi alliance disbanded. So, that would be about 4 years ago.
And what? That's it?
For now, I've tried finding him through all my contacts, but the man's a slippery one. Now, this is rumor-level intel here, but supposedly, he's been sighted in Singapore a few times. Fitting, too, since they rake in investments from all over. A guy like him would feel right at home.
Well, he's been out of town this long. Any chance he'd even come back?
Every time we met, he'd doubt me like no tomorrow. Kept saying you just had to be alive. He even guessed I was in on it at one point. But after I kept playing it off, I guess he got fed up. I mean, we're the ones who distanced ourselves from Akiyama. The Daidoji had us promise that. No exceptions.
Yeah, I know. Can't exactly fault him for taking off like that. I'm at least glad to know he's doing well.
It was always a risk, meeting with him. Man might act like a goof, but he's sharp as a tack. The moment you got close enough to listen in, he'd have sniffed you out. If that happened, you can bet the Daidoji would act real fast.
Right. Guess it's time we call it then. You've done more than enough, Date-san. Taichi, Kazuki, Yuya. You even got in touch with Sayama.
Hang on. I didn't call you out here to close up shop. Rather, how would you feel about taking it a step further?
What do you mean?
Let's be frank. Daidoji doesn't care who you see. At least, I don't think. That's fair to assume, right? I mean, you haven't gotten any complaints, have you?
Guess not.
That means either they haven't noticed what we're doing, or they're letting us get away with it. A or B, I say we go all in and get in touch with who you want to see most. If I had to guess, that'd be Haruka. You declared yourself a dead man, and all but disappeared. That's the promise you made with the Daidoji. If you went and broke that promise, well, I can't imagine it end well for you. But still.
Wait, Date-san.
What's up?
When this place gets so quiet, I don't even hear anyone outside.
So what's the deal? They with the Daidoji?
Nah, never seen him before. Tell you one thing, though. They definitely didn't come here for a drink. What's wrong? You wanted to fight? Well, here I am. Come on!
Bring it on!
Here we go.
Now we're talking.
We have a win. Who are these guys? Any idea?
They're definitely not any old thugs. In fact, they moved like pros.
Right. Guess they're not done yet. Wait, you're...
The fellas you took down here. They're a group of Liumang boys called the White Masks. They'll work for anyone who pays them. Need some skulls cracked? They're there to please.
Hang on. Just what are you... Akiyama?
Not every day someone holds their own against White Masks, let alone this many. And after seeing you fight, there's no mistaking it. Do me a favor and be up front, eh? Kiryu-san? Still with the cold shoulder routine. All these years, and you can't bend a little?
Wait, so you mean this whole setup was you?
Sure was. Every time I asked Datem-san about you, he'd give me the same crap about you being dead. No doubt he'd keep that up if I hadn't caught you red-handed, hmm?
But that's just... You can't...
Oh, so you would have been honest with me this time around?
Well, I...
See? There he goes again.
Akiyama, what the hell?
You must really think I'm stupid! Both of you! For all the secrecy, it was pretty obvious. No way in hell you'd die that easily. That's it, then. That's the story. So what, Kiryu-san? You made a pact with this Daidoji faction to protect Haruka-chan and Haruto-kun?
I did. I needed to be dead to the world, and I had to keep silent to make good on my word. Date-san was there when I made that promise. I made him my sole witness. It was my fault he couldn't tell you all this time. You want to blame someone, blame me.
Like I even could after all that. Especially not now that I know you're dying.
Sorry. You know, it doesn't matter who I tell. They always start treating me nice.
Oh, brother. And you just had to lay it on me, huh?
So what you been up to, Akiyama? You snuck away from Kamurocho without so much as a peep.
Well, as you know, I get smitten pretty easily. Before I knew it, I chased some girl way out the country. Thanks to that, however, I got to take it easy. Almost feel guilty now, what with how rough you guys have had it.
Yeah? Well, I heard you left at a good time. Got out just as the Tojo clan disbanded. Right around then, the governor enacted his Kamurocho 3K plan. Anyone operating even an inch outside the law got shut down. Knowing you, that must have thrown a wrench your way. I'm sure the police came knocking, yeah?
Hey, If you knew, you could have at least thrown me a bone, huh? The money I handle mostly comes from gray zones, so I had to spread it across the globe to keep it safe.
Right, and then you ended up in Singapore.
Wait, what? Singapore? Who said anything about that?
Huh? Was that wrong?
Wrong as can be. But it's not like I tell you the truth either way.
Of course not. We had our secrets, and now Akiyama's returning the favor.
You wouldn't be that stingy, would you?
Sure I would. I'm a moneylender, remember?
Let's not forget he's still sick the Liumang after us, too. You know, I should file a complaint to Sun He. Tell her boys they ought to check their target next time.
Right. Anyway. All in all, I get there wasn't much you could do, given the circumstances. But how long have we known each other? We've taken on countless Yakuza, and been through the ringer how many times now? If you're wondering whether I was cool with being left out, the answer's no.
Didn't you just say you get it?
Look, point is, you didn't even ask me for help. No, you went off to carry that weight all by yourself. Buddy, that's just plain lame. Anyhow, I won't go blaming you. On the contrary, I'm gonna help you see things through.
Hmm?
This might have started off as some Daidoji deal, Kiryu-san, but I'm gonna guess you're in deep again, huh? Fat chance I'll just sit back and ignore that.
I appreciate it, but if you get involved, I promise to the Daidoji's as good as empty.
Right, the pact you made. And what, you just stick to the shadows the rest of your life? Was there really no other way?
There might have been, but things back then were... let's just say they were pretty dire.
Hey, well, I sure have never lived life as a dead man, far as I'm aware. Still, I can only imagine how lonely you feel. You can't see Haruka-chan or Haruto-kun, can you?
That's the idea.
Hey now, Kiryu. What'd I tell you earlier? The Daidoji might give you a pass, even to see Haruka. Even if it's just a quick glance. It's great you're keeping your promise, but is it worth it? You don't have much time left.
I know. That's why I can't do it.
What?
So what if I do meet with Haruka now? Before long, I'll just be gone from her life again. They'd have to watch me die a second time. Some good that do.
You sure about that?
Hmm?
Meeting today, seeing you again after so long. It's like whatever I had pent up inside just disappeared. For my money, I can't see myself regretting this one bit. You changed my life, Kiryu-san. I don't know where or who I'd be if not for you. You gave me a chance when I was at rock bottom. Of course, you didn't exactly know it then. Right as I'm giving up, I learn about this guy. Some hard-headed lunatic in the same town, who kept fighting no matter what he was up against. You're more than you realize, Kiryu-san. It wasn't just opportunity. It was more than some chance. You gave me the courage to keep on living. You made a difference. And because of that, I did all I could to find you. You're a special person to me, believe it or not. And really, I'll bet Haruka-chan feels it even more.
Come off it, Akiyama. I'm nothing special, and you know it.
You believe that?
If I see her again, if I see Haruka, death might actually become scary. Who knows, maybe I'm just a coward.
I wouldn't go that far, Kiryu.
So the Dragon of Dojima has something he fears after all. Feel a lot better about myself, honestly.
Great. Always something to say. You really are sharp as a tack.
An honor coming from you.
Well, I'd say that settles it then, Kiryu.
Hmm?
Next time we do this, I'm bringing Haruka in. She might even have Haruto with her.
You're not serious.
You think I'd say so otherwise?
Seeing you in a whole new light, Date-san. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
A new light, huh? Well, anyway, let's toast. Bury the hatchet good and deep.
Now we're talking. Cheers, fellas.
Yeah, for now. Hello?
Hey, Kiryu. It's Datem. I was hoping you're free. Got some big news for you. But if you want to hear it, you're gonna need to travel. That okay?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Great. Perfect timing, too. All right, then. I'm gonna have you head over to Serena.
Serena? You want me back in Kamurocho?
Yeah. Akiyama's bringing over a special guest. The very last one I want you to meet. Care to hazard a guess?
You don't mean Haruka, do you?
And Haruto, too. They came all the way from Okinawa. I haven't told them you're still alive or anything, but I'm sure they'd be thrilled to see you. More so than vice versa, I'd say.
Date-san, how long have you been planning this?
Huh?
Was this your plan all along? To bring me back into Haruka's life? No matter how nice that sounds, I'd be breaking my agreement with the Daidoji.
Well, you can worry about them later. Right now, just get a move on to Serena. This might be your last chance to see her. Better to regret having gone than never going at all. Got it? Now I suggest you hurry.
No! Don't look so satisfied about this! You can't leave me, Uncle Cos! You can't give up! Uncle Cos! Uncle Cos!
This might be your last chance to see her. Better to regret having gone than never going at all. Got it? Now I suggest you hurry.
What would I do if I saw Uncle Cos again? Sorry, but what kind of question is that? Do you know something, Akiyama-san? I thought we were here for a get-together with Date-san.
Sorry, that was just a hypothetical. But I've told you before, haven't I? How I don't buy that Kiryu-san's actually dead. So if the man were still around, well, I bet he'd pop up out of nowhere on a day like this. Especially with you and Haruto-kun here in Kamurocho of all places.
Wait, you're saying he's coming? Uncle Cos?
I am. At least, hypothetically. And now we're back to my original question.
If Uncle Cos really did show up, I'd be really happy to see him alive and well. And in the same breath, I feel like I'd realize how weak we are on our own.
Huh?
It's been years since everyone at Morning Glory and I heard that Uncle Cos died. Regardless of whether he's alive or in heaven, we always supported each other, so we could meet him with our heads held high. Some of the kids are already all grown up and make enough money to get by on their own. We all admired Uncle Cos's strength, and when the going got tough, we'd grit our teeth and push through it. So, it wouldn't be right for me to say that I want to see him again, no matter how badly. Because I don't know if I'll ever be ready to face him.
I get it, Haruka-chan.
You've gotten so strong, Haruka. Like mother, like daughter. Isn't that right, Yumi? You with the Daidoji?
We've been keeping an eye on you, you know. Hanawa may be dead, but we're certainly not. Had we not pitied you, we never would have loosened the grip on your leash. It seems we've given you the impression you had the freedom to do whatever you wish.
What are you getting at?
Let's talk about your detective friend, Date. There are consequences for breaking an agreement. He fails to comprehend that simple of a concept. I must say, it's gotten out of hand. So could you just keep him in line? Then we'll let bygones be bygones.
What did you do to him?
Follow us if you care to find out.
Date-san. Hey, you okay? What happened?
Because you swore to abandon the name Kazuma Kiryu, the Daidoji faction would pose no threat to you or those around you. Detective Date himself witnessed the exchange. He was very much aware of the consequences.
Hey! Kiryu.
What is it, Date-san?
No hi? How'd it go? Did you meet Haruka?
If Kiryu-san had met her, you wouldn't have gotten off this easy. Consider yourself lucky. Because right about now, your lungs would be heavy with the water of Tokyo Bay.
Wait. You didn't see her? Why?
She can stand on her own 2 feet now, and that's good enough for me. I don't have the right to interfere with her life. And I never would have known that without your help. I'm in your debt. Words can't describe how much.
Kiryu.
For now, let me start by taking care of them.
Why don't we all just settle down? You're the ones who broke off the agreement. You only have yourselves to blame. We also heard from Date-san. You're running out of time. He begged us to let you go, let you run free at the end of your life. Said you'd only be saying your farewells to a loved one. Hilarious, isn't it? You are no longer Kazuma Kiryu. That man is long gone. That was your side of the agreement. Now I want to hear this from your mouth. Kazuma Kiryu is dead. You swore it once. Now swear it again.
Seems like you'll bend any which way to please the faction. I almost feel sorry for you.
Care to elaborate?
I went to Hawaii for a mission from the Daidoji, one I've yet to complete. Which means you don't have permission to kill me. And the only way you'll stop me is over my dead body.
Hey!
That was your last chance to pull the trigger. But because the faction won't allow it, you hesitated. Now you'll suffer all the pain my friend endured, and then some. That's why I said I almost felt sorry for you.
I'd back off if I were you. Because you just made a terrible mistake. You're finished, Kiryu!
Show me what you got.
Allow me.
Time to put you down! Take this! Brace yourself! Here I go! Think I'm getting strong?
You still with me, Date-san?
Yeah. Can't go out before the guy who's always ready to die.
Sorry. It's my fault you were dragged into this mess. I should have known this would happen, but I went ahead and tried to see Haruka anyway. If I'd held up my end of the bargain, it wouldn't have come to this. But in the end, you had to pay for it.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm only doing this because I want to.
Stay back. If you kill me, know that you'll never get away with it.
Relax. I'm not gonna kill you. After all, the fault lies with me. Your only mistake was forcing him to pay my dues. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have cared what happens to me.
Do you think that excuses what you've done?
No. But even if I got on my knees and begged, there's nothing left for me to lose. All I can do now is renew our agreement. I will never try to meet Haruka or any of my friends again, nor try contacting them. And once this business with the Seiryu clan in Palikan is settled, I swear not to get involved with Kasuga and his friends again. Right. That includes Date-san, too.
Kiryu!
If you ever cross the Daidoji again, Makoto Date will be the first to go. And don't you forget it. That's all we had to say. Man, why'd I get stuck with this shitty job?
No kidding. Talk about bad luck. I'll take you somewhere to get treated, but after that, we're done.
Ugh. Ugh. Sheesh. Who'd have thought I'd get roughed up at this age?
Seriously. Maybe next time try not to put yourself in danger, Date-san.
Well, it would have been worth it if you'd got to say goodbye to Haruka.
Don't worry about it. I'm actually feeling pretty good, all things considered. When you're raising kids, there'll be a day you have to set them loose. Haruka and the kids at Morning Glory, they've all grown up strong. There's nothing else I can teach them, and it's better for me to disappear before they figure that out themselves. It's about time I do, for good. After all, I was meant to die back in Hiroshima.
That reminds me.
Hmm?
I got in touch with Haruka and Akiyama earlier. Told them I'd be late because I got in a car accident.
An accident, huh? Well, with those injuries, I guess no other excuse would fly.
Boy, were they surprised. Especially Akiyama. Once he realized you wouldn't make it, that guy's definitely gonna grill me later.
Mind telling him I'm sorry?
Pretty sure he'd rather hear that from you. He's gonna start moping again, you know.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I should get going.
All right. Hey, you said you were feeling pretty good, right? You saying you have no more regrets in life? 'Cause that's not what this whole thing was about. I don't care what the hell you're sick with. You've given up too much of yourself to it. It's like you're not afraid of dying. And giving up before you see where the chips fall? That's not the Kiryu I know. What happened to the Dragon of Dojima? The man who'd keep fighting even if it's a losing battle. What are the odds of you fighting that illness and winning? Gotta be higher than 0.
Yeah, must be.
For the past few days, I've met with a bunch of folks who knew the old you. They all remember you as a fighter. Whenever the going gets tough, your memory helps them push through. I'm sure one day they'll find themselves in front of a steep hill, feet rooted to the ground. But if they heard that Kazuma Kiryu dared to fight death itself, now that'd give them the courage to even move mountains. That's the sort of inspiration you instill in the people around you. And that's not all. You give everyone the strength to press forward. So wouldn't it make sense to keep fighting to the very end?
I'm not as strong as you think I am. You're giving me too much credit here.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I've stuck by you for a damn long time now. If you were some random, ordinary guy, maybe I would have given up and let you waste away. But there's no way I can just give up on you. After all, you're the best friend I've ever had.
Thank you. Everything you just said. Everything you've done for me up till today. Thank you. For all of it. It's true. I could struggle harder, longer. Maybe it'd buy me a little more time. But I'd spend the rest of my life as someone else. Is that really something worth fighting for?
The only way to find out is to live. In this world, you never know what might happen. As long as you don't give up, Kazuma Kiryu can find his way back to us. It all depends on if you will it.
I hope that one day I'll see things your way. I really do.
Guess that's enough of that for now. You still have some unfinished business, don't you?
Huh?
Like helping Ichiban Kasuga. That guy's quite a handful, too.
You're right. Goodbye, Date-san. Stay safe.
Yeah. Goodbye, Kazuma Kiryu. So long, old friend.